Hi, everybody. Hi. Welcome to Frankenstein Tea. My name is Kristen, and I am the Island Free Library Director. The Island Free Library is the public library on Block Island, and I am in that library on Block Island as I speak. And I welcome you to this daily program, which is an afternoon check-in with stories for adult listeners. Hi, Dad. I usually read a short story. I just finished my lunch. I just ran up here. This is the upper level of the library, and it's 3:00. Boom! That's a busy day. That day went quick. I had a bunch of meetings and Zoom and in person. And then, like I said, just grab some lunch, and here I am. But I'm here, and I'm live. I'm in the same time zone as you. And I had to grab something quick. So I'm going to read something today. So Frankenstein Tea is generally a short story. And I have a wide range of stories that I read from, and I try to diversify genres, authors, gender of authors, stories being told, all of that. We try to give a different glimpse of literature every day. And it's part of what this program is about, that sort of exposure and this sense of librarians being readers advisory. Let me read you something that maybe you wouldn't have chosen for yourself, something you would not necessarily pick up and bring home. So part of this program is about that. Another piece, which I'm not going to talk too much about today, is this sense of connection. And one of the meetings that I just had today was with Gloria Redlick, who is the Senior Advisory Committee Coordinator. And, she and Susanna, a coworker, and I are brainstorming ways to keep the senior population on Block Island and off island. Many of our seniors couldn't even get to their island homes connected. And we see it as being virtual and some sort of virtual, maybe a little hybrid for quite a bit of time longer. So Gloria gives us feedback that that's what she finds people of that age and generation are comfortable with at this time. And she said it's what their kids are demanding of them and insisting that they stay secluded and separated and safe and careful. And so in turn, that is the kind of programming we will continue to provide. And so one of those programs is this program, Frankenstein Tea. So, it's adult check-in. It's a way for us to stay connected, and it's about short stories. Having said all of that, I'm not quite reading a short story today. I had not much time to prepare, although I have many of the books around me here I've read stories from and always knew I'd get back to. I saved them, but I really did not know what I was going to read today, and it snuck right up on me. And I'm going to slip this in. I've read this several times as a pre-read for this program. I have yet to read it on this program, and that's because it's a little different. It's an adult picture book, but I'm going to go for it. So if I wiggle a little right now with the camera and making sure you see the pictures, this really will be like adult story time. This is like what Miss Morgan, our youth services librarian, does every day, sort of juggles the pictures with the reading. I did it a little this winter when I did kid yoga, but I'm going to try it right now. So let's get a little situated, see if we can start. So this just came up in one of the meetings I was in. So it's kind of another reason why, lucky me, it was sitting on top of the piles up here. So this is called Sea Prayer. This is called Sea Prayer, and it's written by Khaled Hosseini. And he wrote, you may know him. He wrote The Kite Runner, A Thousand Splendid Suns, and The Mountains Echoed. It says, and those three books have sold more than 55 million copies worldwide. He wrote this. I just learned from this meeting. He wrote this in response to a refugee incident where someone very young washed up on a shore, passed away, dead. So he wrote this, and I think it's good food for thought. I hope you enjoy it. This is called Sea Prayer by Khaled Husseini, published by Riverhead Books in New York in 2018. This book is dedicated to the thousands of refugees who have perished at sea, fleeing war and persecution. My dear Marwin, in the long summers of childhood, when I was a boy the age you are now, your uncles and I spread our mattress on the roof of your grandfather's farmhouse outside of Homs. We woke in the mornings to the stirring of olive trees in the breeze, to the bleating of your grandmother's goat, the clanking of her cooking pots, the air cool and the sun a pale rim of persimmon to the east. We took you there when you were a toddler. I have a sharply etched memory of your mother from that trip, showing you a herd of cows grazing in a field blown through with wildflowers. I wish you hadn't been so young. You wouldn't have forgotten the farmhouse, the soot of its stone walls, the creek where your uncles and I built 1,000 boyhood dams. I wish you remembered Homs as I do, Marwin. In its bustling old city, a mosque for us Muslims, a church for our Christian neighbors, and a grand souk for us all to haggle over gold pendants and fresh produce and bridal dresses. I wish you remembered the crowded lanes smelling of fried kibbeh and the evening walks we took with your mother around Clock Tower Square. But that life, that time, seems like a dream now, even to me, some long dissolved rumor. First came the protests, then the siege. The skies spitting bombs, starvation, burials. These are the things you know. You know a bomb crater can be made into a swimming hole. You have learned dark blood is better news than bright. You have learned that mothers and sisters and classmates can be found in narrow gaps between concrete, bricks, and exposed beams, little patches of sunlit skin shining in the dark. Your mother is here tonight, Marwin. with us on this cold and moonlit beach, among the crying babies and the women worrying in tongues we don't speak, Afghans and Somalis and Iraqis and Eritreans and Syrians, all of us impatient for sunrise, all of us in dread of it, all of us in search of home. I have heard it said we are the uninvited, we are the unwelcome. We should take our misfortune elsewhere. But I hear your mother's voice over the tide, and she whispers in my ear, "Oh, but if they saw, my darling, even half of what you have, if only they saw, they would say kinder things, surely." I look at your profile in the glow of this three-quarter moon, my boy, your eyelashes like calligraphy, closed in guileless sleep. I said to you, hold my hand, nothing bad will happen. These are only words, a father's trick. It slays your father, your faith in him, because all I can think tonight is how deep the sea and how vast, how indifferent, how powerless I am to protect you from it. All I can do is pray. Pray God steers the vessel true when the shore slips out of eyeshot and we are a fly speck in the heaving waters, pitching and tilting, easily swallowed. Because you are precious cargo, Marwin, the most precious there ever was. I pray the sea knows this. Inshallah. How I pray the sea knows this. That was Khalad Hassani. Sea Prayer was inspired by the story of Alan Kurdi, the 3-year-old Syrian refugee who drowned in the Mediterranean Sea trying to reach safety in Europe in 2015. In the year after Alan's death, 4,176 others died or went missing attempting that same journey. That's my selection for today. That is definitely a picture book, but we put that in the adult collection. That is in a poetics number in this library. I hope you enjoyed that. Sea Prayer. Has now been read. It's going back on the shelf. Okay. Hang tight, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Peace.